All right, we're back with another video. We back on AG Speak. On my right, we got
Rissa.
yeah, we got Marissa on the right. And we basically gonna be talking about our different viewpoints on religion. It's a topic a lot of people scared to talk about. A lot of people really don't feel comfortable having this conversation. People really run from this subject a lot. Me personally, I don't really think it should always be like that because people are very open about spirituality. So I don't get why it can't be the same with religion. So I just feel like we need to take the judgment out of it and just have a conversation.
Facts.
So yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and like tell them a little bit about your background with religion and stuff like that. Me personally, I'm not really a religious person, so I ain't got much to say. Her more so, she more so religious than I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let her.
Okay. No, I think you're. Well, you might be more spiritual than religious.
Yeah, I definitely have a For now, I have a understanding on like my morals and principles, which would make me somewhat, you know what I'm saying, a God-fearing man, as people would say. But at the end of the day, like, I don't have a concrete set of rules. Like,
like a firm foundation.
Yeah, I don't really follow no group or nothing, so I can't say I'm a religious person.
Yeah.
Most of my family will claim Christianity, but I don't do things that most Christians do, so I'm not gonna call myself a Christian. I feel like that ain't really right. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
You know, but I'm gonna let you describe tell them what you
is. Okay. Well, I grew up Christian. I am Christian. But I grew up Christian. I feel like when you grow up, whatever religion you grow up in, you kind of just follow it kind of blindly because that's all you know. So I did that for a while, and I did have certain encounters where I felt like I had my own experiences with God, so it didn't feel like I was just following everything that I was being taught. But at the same time, my mom was super, super strict. And there's so many pastors in my family. It just was kind of like I do believe in, the Christian religion, but I believe that the religious mindset can be where a lot of people get turned off from Christianity or just a lot of religions because it like limits you to think you got to just do certain things or don't do certain things to get into heaven. Or not to go to hell. Right. And I just think it's like it's very fear-based and it's like fear-based and performance-based. Okay. So I think as I got older and I started to have my own experiences with God, I started to create more of my version. I don't want to say my version, but I started to have an understanding for myself of what it is to have a relationship with God and a walk with God and not just try to be so religious based. But I did fall off for a while. I ain't gonna lie, I fell off for a while and I was doing my own thing and I would pray here and there, but I wasn't really
really doing everything you need.
Yeah, I was out in the streets. I was just doing my own thing, so
ain't nobody perfect.
Yeah, and it's not even that I'm perfect now, but I'm actually trying to live right.
And I always say all the time, like, I'm not big on judgment because the same way you would judge a person, that person in 5 years could be way more saved and way more righteous than anybody you will ever meet. Like, I feel like most people who are real high spirited and real connected with their religion and things like that, a lot of times they went through the most trauma out of most people.
Yeah, everyone has their own journey.
Yeah, so sometimes you gotta go through that to make your way to God, because it's a lot of people out here who never been in trouble, never did nothing wrong, never broken any rules, laws, nothing like that, but they never found their way to God. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just going through life like everybody else, you feel me? So it's like...
And there's people that seem like they have everything together, that they're living right, that they're so connected with God, and it'd be pastors, and they just... You never know what they're doing behind closed doors.
Definitely that. And that's
you don't know.
And that's another big reason too why I was never real big on the religion idea, because I feel like growing up I heard a lot of people have stories about pastors and as a kid hearing it. Now that I'm an adult, I understand like everybody are people, so you can't really put nothing past anybody.
Right.
But as a kid, I just thought like ain't no way he would do that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you walk into church, everybody know him. Everybody high-fiving, giving hugs. you know what I'm saying, the pastor up there raising everybody's spirit and all that, everybody singing songs with the pastor. So when I used to hear stuff like that, I'm like,
Yeah.
something can't be right about it then. And that's like the first, I feel like that was like the first like shock I had about religion that kind of started throwing me off. Because I'm like, if we look into this person for guidance towards finding God, how come he can get away with doing something like this? Like,
Right.
I don't
and
get that.
And they don't get away with it.
Right.
You know,
As a
like,
kid, that's how I thought, though. I was
right.
saying,
Yeah. I mean, I told you, I've had so many people in my family, or I have a lot of people in my family that have been pastors.
Right.
Like my grandfather, my uncle, a few of my uncles. And, you know, they're in my family, so I know what they do behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And some of those things are like, you know, just little minute things. And then there's some like major things that you would just never think. So
Yeah.
I just, you know, we look at pastors and it's like you said, you kind of look up to them. A lot of people idolize them and look at them as if they're God, but they're just the instrument that God is speaking through.
Mm.
So that's why the most important thing is to have a relationship with God, because I don't have to go to church to be fed, to get the word, or to get like uplifted, or to feel like I'm in the presence with God. I can have that same thing at home or in the car or whenever.
Yeah.
So when you're, but it's like when you're looking at a person to give you that, then you could be let down.
And I'm happy you said that
church
too.
Hurt.
Yeah, and I'm happy you said that too, because that was another thing with me as a kid too. And everything you're saying is kind of crazy because it's like pinpoints on like it's taking me back to like where my disconnect came from. Because people, I remember it's not the same now because people got so many different ideas now about life. It's not like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But I remember at one point in time, it's like, man, you ain't been to church in 3 months. Shame on you. Like you remember it used to kind of be like that. Yeah, it used to really be like that, and I used to always feel like, why can't I do this at home, or why can't I? Because like every day, the people I'm going to church with, I'm seeing what they do every day, and they not always thinking about God, and we not praying every day, and we not praying every night. We would try, you know what I'm saying? If we think about it, we would try.
It's not a lifestyle.
But it wasn't a lifestyle. So how come y'all? Oh, you ain't been to church, but you was just doing this yesterday.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the religious aspect of it, where it's just performance and just about upholding that image. Like you can do that, and then you have no relationship with God outside of that. It's all fake. It's for nothing.
So let me ask you this: do you think that people will be more open to religion? And I mean, people are open to religion, but do you think religion would be even more widely accepted if you took the judgment out of it? Do you feel like that's what deters most people, is like the judgment part?
I think that deters a lot of people, but I think it's just people not really understanding. They're not understanding for themselves. They're just looking to other people for understanding. You can't just look to other people that may not even understand themselves. They may have a twisted perception of what their religion should be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I believe there's one true religion, so that's where I'm speaking from. But you can't just follow people because, like we never know what they're doing behind closed doors, what they truly understand themselves. So, but I wouldn't say, and the reason I would say that and not judgment being the biggest issue is because when it comes to Christianity, we are supposed to judge other Christians. We're not supposed to judge someone that has no, because like if I'm a Christian, then I have certain standards and certain things that I live by. And that's because I understand, there's a reason behind it. So I can't judge someone that's not living a life where they believe in those same standards. If they don't know, if they don't have the same knowledge and awareness of to believe what I believe, then we're not supposed to judge anyone other than other Christians. Mm-hmm. So that's why when it comes to pastors, they actually get judged way more harshly in God's eyes than we are. So there is a level of judgment. Yeah. But it's just about it being, it shouldn't be judgment as far as oh, you didn't read your Bible today, so you're not, whatever. But it's just upholding a certain level of accountability within the community.
Do you think, as far as like, well, I'm not gonna say do you think, but as far as the pastors go, do you have any idea like the certain criteria that would make them a pastor, or is it just like anybody could start a church and become a pastor, like, or is it like something you got to go through, or you just don't have no idea about
I don't
that?
know. I think anybody can really be a pastor. Like some people kind of fall into it, especially now. There's a lot of people that just start speaking on like social media or some sort of platform, and the next thing you know, they're a pastor. Or
Yeah, be a lot.
I mean, there's different levels of pastors too. So I think you can be a pastor and not have a church.
Got you. Okay.
But to have a church, I believe you have to go to school. Like they have.
For real?
Yeah, they have schools for pastors, or just Christian schools that teach you about the Bible, teach you how to be a prophet, how to like talk to other people about the gospel and stuff like that.
That's interesting. I ain't never know that. And me and you spoke about this before, but I just want you to like reiterate it because we spoke about this last time, but our video got messed up. We ain't got to speak about that, but our video got messed up. So, yeah. But how do you feel about people that grew up in a different religion? Because Christianity, like we spoke of before, is very like, in Christianity they believe that's it. Like it's nothing else. Like Christianity, like this is it. You know what I'm saying?
I think every religion believes that.
Probably so. And that's why I said I got to go ahead and do my research on all of them. But as far as Christianity, just the people that I've known to be a Christian, they are firm believers that if you don't believe in this, you won't make it to heaven's gates, right? So, but how do you feel? Because that was another thought I had as a child. Like a lot of things I think of now, I had these same thoughts as a child. A lot of thoughts I had as a child. So I used to always feel like too, well, what if I was just happened to be born in a family that believed in Buddhism or that believed in Hinduism or were Muslim? Like how I would always feel like, how is it fair that I can't make it to heaven because of my teachings as a child that grew me up to be the person I am? You know, I can't control who I'm born under or where I'm born. Some people are born in third world countries. They don't have access to a Bible or, you know, just certain things like that. So, like, my thing is, like, how do you feel about that part of it? Because I have had conversations with people where they would literally tell me to my face, if you don't believe in this, you're going to hell. And they've told me this before, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just want to know, like, what's your viewpoints on that part? Like, do you think there's any leeway for people, or is there any way people could, you know what I'm saying?
I wish I had a scripture to back up what I'm about to say.
Just say what you say.
Because I think that's the thing. A lot of people speak from just their opinions, and like I said, like just what they hear. So I wouldn't want to say anything and then not have anything like biblical to back up what I'm saying. But I think, and I've been taught that God makes himself known to every single person in some sort of way. He's not gonna allow you to be sent to go to hell if you didn't have an opportunity to know him.
Right.
So everyone has the opportunity to encounter God, to learn about him, to have a relationship, and to accept him, because that's ultimately what it comes down to, is you accepting God. I wish I want to look it up. That has to be somewhere in the Bible.
Let me ask you this. So, okay, let me see how I'm gonna phrase this. So Christianity is the structure that can lead somebody to God, right? Basically what Christianity is. Okay. So, did God put Christianity here for people to follow, and then the other religions, like how do y'all I just want to know how y'all see that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because to me, the way I would be looking at religion is, it's a group of people who believe in the same things and they worship that, and it's all for the greater good of people getting closer to God. I would hope that's the mission, is just for people to get closer to God. I would hope there's no other mission than that. It shouldn't be about money, popularity, nothing.
Right,
It should
yeah.
just be about getting closer to God, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I say I'm not a Christian, but I'm still getting closer to God, what's wrong with that? That's the part I'd be confused about.
But what God are you getting closer to?
That's what I mean. But that's exactly what I mean. When you let me ask you this: when you see God or when you say God, what do you think about?
Okay, so first of all, do you believe in a spiritual realm?
Yeah, I believe we in one now.
Okay, so starting there, heyo.
See,
He just distracted me.
cats is spiritual.
He
They
knows.
be here, yeah, they be knowing. That's why cats be a little.
What do you think?
He like, don't get me
He
started.
doesn't care. What was the question? Okay, so I'm trying to go back because you asked like 2 questions.
Just do the one because I don't want to.
I know the first one is what I'm trying to think.
Well, no, just answer the one like when you say God, like.
Oh, okay. So, because you said, okay, so I think of it like this. There's a spiritual realm. So just like there's light, there's darkness.
Right.
If you go to heaven, it's kind of all about the afterlife. Like, yes, you want to, like, when you have God, hopefully he doesn't knock that over. When you have God,
I was thinking that too.
when you have God on earth, it makes life easier on earth. Like, you should have a relationship with God on earth. You should be walking in the purpose that he has for you on earth. There is a purpose for us to be on this earth. It's not just about having God for eternity. But that is a big part of it. That's a huge part of it. So the enemy, the devil, darkness, whatever you want to call it, doesn't want us to be walking in our full purpose, in the fullness of who we are, in the image of God on this earth. And he doesn't want us to get to eternity either. Right. He can't have eternity, so he doesn't want us to have it. So on earth, I believe that these other religions, and I don't want to be like, I don't want to offend anyone.
I mean, say it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying I don't want to offend anyone, and this is not like a place of malice or judgment or anything, but
right.
I believe that the other religions are either people that had, because a lot of religions are founded off of people who had encounters with like some sort of spirit or angel. Mm-hmm. So I believe either they had an encounter and they were confused about what that encounter was and started some sort of false religion off of that. Or just like an actual angel or God himself can appear to you, the dark spirits can as well. So I think that they have caused people, they may have appeared to people in a different form, because you can't appear to someone in an evil form. They're gonna not want, they won't be attracted to that.
Yeah. So
you'd have to appear in a way that would be appealing. So I think that they've had those people have had those encounters and been told lies. So basically, it's all just distraction of what the actual one true religion is.
Okay. And I don't have too many like pushback on nothing you're saying. Everything I'm asking you right now is just like strictly for the idea of the conversation.
But if you think about it, most people, I would say every single person on this earth at one point in time has some sort of like yearning to figure out what or who God is, figure out their spirituality, or like we all have that yearning. Right. So I think that is God. So a lot of people start searching in any area. Like if you don't grow up with knowing anything about religion or anything, then you'll just be searching, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's so many different things that you can like dabble in now. Yeah. That it can be confusing, and I think that's a part of like the distraction. Yeah. There's so many other things out here now, and things keep appearing.
You think do you need to answer that?
Mm-mm.
Do you think that God works through people
Mm-hmm.
to give messages to certain people that may need it?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And the reason why I'm asking you this is because I did a video not too long ago, and I was talking about I had an encounter with somebody where I was going through a lot in my life at the time, and I was at this gas station, and this guy stopped me and he told me that nothing I was going through was bigger than God. He never knew me, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really have a chance to observe me. Like as soon as he seen me, he said it, and it was crazy. It was like a real crazy thing to me. So I had a video where I explained that, and somebody in the comments told me that I was wrong. They said I was confused, and I just didn't know what to do with my life at the time. So that's why I wanted to. And of course, I didn't believe that because I don't think like that. But I just wanted to ask you how you felt about that because I definitely believe God works through people in order to get certain messages across to people who may need to hear them sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just wanted to hear how you felt about that because everybody got different ways of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Some people might see God to where God can't be moving through people. Some people think God just up in the air somewhere, can't come back down. So I just wanted to see how you felt about that.
Yeah, I know for sure he speaks through people.
Yeah.
He speaks, like, we all have our own gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So some people just hear God, like that man, for instance, he could have just seen you, and then God just was like, go tell that man whatever.
Yeah.
And he just went and did it. No. So what's so funny?
Nothing. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
He's always laughing at me.
Yeah, I'm definitely always laughing at it for sure.
But yeah, God speaks through people all the time. That's what a pastor is. It's like,
Definitely.
even when it comes to just reading the Bible or just having understanding of, because honestly, there's a lot of things that, like, I couldn't answer every question, or I'm not even going to say me, because I definitely couldn't answer every question, but like a pastor or somebody that actually has like really deeply studied the Bible and went through Bible college, whatever it's called, like, even with that, there's only so much that we can understand with our physical minds, because that's like, it's a spiritual thing. God is a spirit, so we can only understand so much. And that's why people like can't understand how God can be God and be up in heaven, but also be here, but also be across the world. Like, he's everywhere at once. He's in us if we accept him. He's working through us if we allow him, if we're obedient. Like, he can do whatever. God can speak to you. God can speak to you through a person. He can speak to you through something you see. He can speak to you through a billboard, through nature, through dreams, visions. Yeah. He can, yeah. And for sure, I think for sure he was talking to you in that moment.
Definitely, I think so too. And as far as the word, right? As far as the Bible goes, and just knowing certain stories that took place that was passed down generations for us to learn from, right? The word, right? So, how do you feel about
the word?
The word.
The
That's
good book.
the good book, the word. How do you feel about? Because we spoke about pastors, right? And we spoke about how they could be corrupt too. What do you think it is? And I'm gonna go to a spiritual place. Spiritually, where do you think people like that could potentially be to know the word and to know everything there is to know about the Bible, and studied it throughout to the point where you could talk to a whole room of people about it, educate them and uplift them all at the same time, and then still be behind closed doors doing all these sick things that a godly man wouldn't do?
You're saying
Like-
how
like
could
what?
they?
Yeah, like where do you think spiritually? Because if you think about it, to know what you know, right, and then to still be able to turn around and do this, knowing what you know.
Yeah, that's really wild. That's
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying.
That's
So
really crazy.
So that's what I mean. Like spiritually, I know you don't know because you're not them, but spiritually, if you had an idea or you had to think about it, like where do you think a person like that could potentially be spiritually to still be able to do something like that?
Yeah,
That's kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like what kind of
that
person
really
is that?
crazy. It's like once you know, it's really it's hard to look at life the same way. I would say, to
Definitely.
put it like the simplest way to put it. It's hard to just look at life the same way. But I think, I believe in spiritual warfare. So I think the better you try to be, especially when you're influencing other people. Yeah. It's not even just about you, but you're influencing other people to live right, and not even just live right, but to know God. Then you're gonna have way more spiritual warfare.
Getting spiritually attacked and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then also
definitely, I think so too.
It's spiritual attacks, and also they're humans, so they still go through. It's like you're spiritually. I guess you're on a different level spiritually, but you're still living in a physical body on this earth, surrounded by other humans. Like, you're still gonna go through human experiences.
Definitely. No, that's true. I'm happy you said that. I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah, that's true.
And I think it's harder when you have influence on people, and now all these people are looking up to you. You have all this pressure on you, and you're still human. So it's like now you feel all this extra pressure. I just think about the things that I go through privately. If I had those things on blast, on Front Street, in front of a whole congregation or people I don't know, like that makes it way harder.
Yeah. You got any other topics you want to talk about for in the video or anything like that?
How long we got?
Or any last word? I mean, I don't know. It don't matter to me.
Well, how do you feel about everything we talked about?
Me personally,
when it comes to religion overall.
Me personally, I got a lot of respect for religion, period, because I feel like just to want to pursue something you can't see in itself is already amazing to me, because most people, they don't have that type of heart. But I just think that I think religion is connected with spirituality, and I think different religions got different ways of expressing it and telling their stories, and they got different belief systems as far as who they believe God is and things of that nature. And it's something I haven't done enough of my research on yet. Mm-hmm. So that's why I always try not to talk too deeply about it or act like I know too much about it. And I don't just brush it off either, because I know a lot of people who say, I'm not religious. I'm like, okay, so but you ever studied them? Like, no, I ain't into all that. Well, how can you say you ain't into it if you ain't? I don't really believe in that. That's like not giving a person a chance because you don't like how they look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I ain't gonna be like that with religion either. I just came to the conclusion, I spoke to you about it, that I'm gonna start really studying and getting to know like why people feel how they feel and the history that goes along with everything, and I'm gonna put my own thoughts and see if I can make sense of it all in my way, and if I can, then I'm gonna go with whatever. But if not, if I end up deciding I'm not a religious person, that's perfectly fine too. But I'll always have respect for different religions, because I have learned certain things from all the religions so far. I have heard different things, and they all are I feel like it's for bettering yourself. It's gonna help you out in life. It's gonna help you out spiritually. It's gonna help you out as a person. So anything like that, I can't be mad at it, but I definitely want to take more time to learn everything I can before I really make a full judgment on what I think religion is, or if I'm a religious person or not. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm not.
So you didn't grow up. Well, you said you went to church.
Yeah, I grew up going to church because my family thought that was what I was supposed to do. Yeah. I wasn't going to church because they wanted to go to church. I was going to church because they thought that's what we were supposed to do. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? That was just one of them things where we would go probably like 2-3 weeks in a row, fall off. We need to go to church, and then we go back for 2-3 weeks in a row. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you go through something tough, and then you be like, all right, let me go to church real quick.
We need to start going to church, so it's like, But I will say, my favorite thing about church, and like, I don't know if it's bad or not, but my favorite thing about church is just like the music.
The music, I knew
that's all I really liked about church, for real. Like, it was just the music part. I feel like when I was a kid going to church, I ain't really like being around all those older people with they all dressed up. Cause I used to feel like they was looking at me weird.
They used to be fly with the hats.
They used to be fly with the hats with the little feathers on the...
Yeah.
But I used to always feel like they was just looking... Like, I don't know. Like, the judgment thing is a real thing in a lot of churches. Is. You know what I'm saying? And I used to feel that as a kid. Man. Even though I was a kid, I still felt it. I ain't really like it, so... You know. And I ain't like dressing up. I'm still like that today. I don't like... You see what I'm wearing. I don't really like dressing up. so
Yeah,
I ain't
see
really
what
know.
you got on. You really don't care for real. You just don't care.
I could get fly though. I could dress up, but I don't really like doing it all like that. But I can do it.
Yeah, I would just say, for you and just anybody that's looking to get into religion, like you can definitely do everything that you just said. Discover your own path, but you know, like I was saying, the it's more of a spiritual thing than just what you can learn through books. So I think the best thing you can do is just, as you're doing what you're doing, just pray and ask God to reveal Himself to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, y'all, she don't never invite me to church. I've been telling her all this time I wanted to learn religion. Guess how many times I got invited to church?
Last week.
No, I didn't.
I did invite you
last
like
week.
2 weeks ago.
No, you said you went with your mom.
Well, if she didn't go, I said you could go.
But she went.
But this is the reason why. The reason why is because I'm very protective over I don't know how to put it.
What you think about to go in there being like, no, I don't agree with that. I ain't gonna say
It's
nothing.
like,
I'm gonna just
it's
go
like
in there and
my church is like my safe place. I go in there and I could just be. However, my church is very relaxed. I think one day I would have you come or whatever, but
I mean, no, if
right
you don't feel
now,
comfortable, yeah, I don't want you to.
I do want you to come, especially now that we're having these conversations, and
Yeah.
I kind of want you to just have the experience. But
I told you about my last experience when I went to church.
I know it's not like that at all.
Yeah.
But, you know, when people start, and I'm not talking about you, but like when you start opening up sacred places to other people, then it gives them the opportunity to like take away from it or to just put some sort of negativity on it.
No, I get that.
I'm kind of new to the church myself, so I'm just trying to like.
Yeah. No, I'm going into it everything with an open mindset. If I don't agree with something, like certain things, I know to keep to myself, or if I do want to explain it, I could just ask the question instead of coming to the conclusion. Like the same way I had questions for you today. It's like I didn't come at it like, well, how come this?
No,
you know what I'm saying? So I think it's an
an
energy thing. You know, I just want to get to know. Like if I got a question, it's not because I don't agree. It's just sometimes like I need to ask the question. You know what I'm saying?
That's not what I mean though. I don't mean asking questions.
Yeah, no, I get you though. I get what you're saying. I was just explaining like for the future references if we did come across this type of, you know what I'm saying. But no, I get
Not
that.
you tooting your butt up on camera, Neil.
We talk about God, Neil. You can't do that.
Right.
He looking like.
He just like, why did you put my butt down?
I still don't see no blood in his eye.
Sorry. My bad. He's like deaf staring me. I don't know. It's right here. It's dried up.
See, Neil like me. You ain't never know that. Tyler, my fault. My fault, Tyler. My fault.
He likes everybody.
Always gotta. You see what I'm saying?
He likes everybody. I mean,
you ever had somebody
you don't even
that
know his name.
You ever had somebody who just gotta downplay everything good that you do or anything good that happened to you? It's just downplay.
All I do is uplift and bring positivity to your life.
I
told you, I'm your peace. I'm his peace for real.
Y'all better stop letting her tell y'all that, man.
I'm telling you.
She's my peace.
I can't even help it. I'm just saying.
She's my. I tell you this. She was a big part of my peace when I was going through a lot of things in life. But right now, she is my headache.
That's a lie.
She is my headache, man, for sure.
That's a lie.
Any last words before we head off?
No, I think that was. I hope that was a good conversation.
Like on this channel, like for real, my main purpose on this channel is to just give any information I can and also open the idea of having certain conversations that people don't really like to have too.
Yeah, I'm very open about really everything for real, but religion, I am open to talking about it. But I know it's a very touchy subject, so
yeah.
Hopefully, I'm just speaking from what I believe, and like I was saying, I'm not looking down on anyone else. So I hope no one felt that from this video.
Yeah, and I want to make it to a point where it's not touchy to talk about religion, because I feel like the only way it's touchy to talk about religion is if you're speaking from a judgmental mindset.
Yeah.
So I feel like it shouldn't even, because people will sit and talk about spirituality all day and be perfectly fine, and it's just not a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
It goes hand in hand to me.
Me too. That's why I don't think it makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's where the confusion comes in.
yeah, like if somebody was like, I'm a spiritual person, I like to use crystals and stuff. It's not a touchy subject with that.
Right.
So why is it a touchy
Well,
subject?
no, it is with certain people, but that's more acceptable.
Yeah.
But let you walk into a church talking about.
Well, that's the wrong place. You gotta
That's
know
what
your
I'm
place. You gotta
saying,
know the place. You know what I'm
It
saying?
just depends on who you're talking to.
That's like, yeah, you gotta understand certain places and people. Like, you know, certain people you're not gonna talk to about certain things based off who they are. You're not gonna walk in certain places dressed a certain way.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah, but I appreciate everybody for watching. My headache is she actually was a little bit of peace for y'all today. For me,
Please.
she's a headache, and I know y'all wouldn't even think we had this dynamic based on the video, but she is annoying.
Whatever.
I love her, but the girl is annoying.
I'm annoying.
Yes, I'm not annoying. Can't y'all tell? I'm her piece. That's what it is. I'm her piece. She my headache. I like that.
I don't even need nobody to be my piece. I'm my own piece. That's how I know I'm your piece. I'm just peaceful. I am peace. I am peace.
She didn't even believe that when she said it.
I believe it wholeheartedly.
I'm peace.
But sometimes you give me a headache, but then I just have to
Y'all know I used to have 45.
regroup myself.
I used to have 45-minute meditation sessions.
Me
She
too.
and she know it. Like I used to really 45 minutes. I was really the definition of peace for real. My pH balance used to be up here.
And now where is it?
I don't know. I ain't been eating the best.
In the gutter?
Not in the gutter, no. Never that. I'm a very healthy guy when I can be. But I haven't been the same. I used to be only eating from the earth, meditating every day, praying every day, working out, you know what I'm saying? Everything, being in the nature.
Do men have pH balance like women?
Yeah.
When it comes to their
Oh, no, I don't know about all the extra stuff. When I be saying pH balance, I just be saying, like, the foods I eat, I know I gotta, like, when we use they got pH readers. So, like, if you use the
I know
bathroom.
what that is.
So I be more so referring to that. Like, as far as a woman's pH balance, I don't even know what y'all be talking about. Y'all just be saying that, like, but I don't be knowing, like,
I mean, it's probably the same thing.
yeah.
Like, if our pH gets thrown off through sex, then,
Yeah.
like, that's how you
You
get.
remember when I went on Instagram and I said my pH balance higher than the girl? And I was like, so who really the prize? Remember I said that?
No.
You don't remember that?
I thought that was from a song.
No, I posted that on, it probably might be. But they probably stole it from me. I went on Instagram and I
I
said,
can't remember that kind of.
I said my pH balance is higher than most of y'all girls, so who really the prize? That's what I said. Everybody wasn't happy about that, but I was telling them.
Girls' pH balance be messed up.
I
But
was
I feel
telling
like
them
ours is more sensitive than yours.
probably because y'all be having periods and stuff.
Periods, and we're
And y'all be
being
stressed.
entered. Like,
Yeah.
we're just different. Our body makeup.
Shout out to Fenty.
That's not Fenty.
Shout out to Riri. She sponsored.
Yeah, shout out to Riri.
She sponsored this video, y'all.
I don't even know what that
she
is.
paid us $2 million to promote this product right here.
I wish.
This is Fenty.
I would not be sitting here right now.
Fenty. You know what I'm saying? And
Try it on for the people.
after we got done talking about church, absolutely not. Absolutely positively not.
Wow, I thought you were gonna do it for real.
You sound crazy. You didn't think I was gonna do that. But
That's too funny.
I appreciate.
He wears lip gloss though. I don't know why you're trying to act like that. Because once these cameras go off, you're gonna be, let me get some.
How many times you ever seen me put on lip gloss?
Let me get, you got some lip
How many
gloss?
times you ever witnessed me with lip gloss on?
A few. You be coming over here glossy lips.
Say swear.
Swear.
What I do today?
I don't know what you did today. You went to work.
Did I come
Probably
over?
put
Did
on
I come
some
over
lip
here with
gloss.
glossy lips today?
They look crusty today.
I don't ever come over. Don't let her lie to y'all, man. Y'all, she gonna have y'all thinking I'm somebody I ain't. Don't let her tell y'all
I'm
that,
just
man.
playing.
Well, they know. They know I ain't like that.
They gonna love
She-
it. I'm
she-
cutting my head off.
She be trying to play.
Sit back.
Yeah, your head is big. My head don't really get cut off like that. But yeah, that was the end of the video, man. I hope everybody enjoyed that. How long is this? About 40 minutes. That's about right.
3 minutes.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's about right. I appreciate everybody for watching. Hope you got some type of insight from that, some type of value from that. Any last words?
Oh.
All right. I appreciate y'all. We out.